There are some things a woman can say that sound harmless, even sweet on the surface. But if you listen closely, they're not just words, they're warnings, subtle signals that her desire, her respect, maybe even her loyalty is already gone. Most men miss them. They hear, I'm not ready for something serious, and think it's just bad timing. They hear, you deserve someone better than me, and think it's insecurity. They hear, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, and think they can somehow fix it. But female psychology is ruthless. When a woman says certain phrases, she's not opening a discussion, she's giving you your exit notice. And the man who ignores it ends up broken, disrespected, and discarded. Today, I'm going to expose 5 phrases that should make you leave instantly, because once you hear them, there's no coming back. 1. I'm not ready for anything serious right now. When a woman says this, most men hear it as honesty. They think she's just being upfront, that maybe, if they wait, if they prove themselves, she'll eventually come around. But here's the brutal truth. When a woman tells you she's not ready for anything serious, what she really means is she's not ready for anything serious with you. If the right man walks into her life tomorrow, the one who sparks her desire, who carries himself with confidence, who makes her feel something primal, suddenly she's ready. The same woman who told you she wasn't prepared for commitment will give her whole heart to another man without hesitation. That's because readiness isn't about timing, it's about attraction. Psychologists call this selective availability. Women are always ready for the man they truly want. If she's stalling you, it's because you're a placeholder, a backup plan, or worse, a distraction until someone else comes along. Here's the trap. Most men stay. They think patience will change her mind. They wait, they invest, they stick around hoping she'll wake up one day and realize what she has. But she won't. Because the moment she told you those words, she was already telling you the truth. She doesn't see you as the man she wants to build with. The Stoic man doesn't argue with words like these. He doesn't negotiate, doesn't plead, doesn't try to prove himself. He listens once and then he leaves. Because staying with a woman who already told you she's not serious about you is like waiting at an empty train station. The train isn't coming, and the longer you wait, the more of your life you waste. So remember this, when she says she's not ready for anything serious, take her at her word. Don't wait for her to change. Leave because she's already telling you she doesn't see you as the man worth committing to. 2. You deserve someone better than me. On the surface, this phrase sounds sweet, even selfless. A woman looking at you with sad eyes, whispering, you deserve someone better than me. Most men hear this and think it's insecurity. They rush to reassure her, no, I want you, you're perfect for me. They think they're proving love by staying, but in reality, this phrase is one of the most dangerous red flags you can hear. Why? Because when a woman says, you deserve someone better, what she's really saying is, I already know I can't or won't give you what you need. She admits she's not fully in, not fully loyal, not fully invested, and deep down, she's preparing for her exit. This is what psychologists call preemptive justification. She's laying the groundwork for her eventual betrayal or abandonment. She's telling you in advance, don't be surprised when I fail you, I already warned you. And the cruelest part? She knows most men will ignore the warning. Think about it. Has a woman ever told a man this phrase and then suddenly transformed into the partner he dreamed of? Rarely, if ever. Instead, the pattern is clear. After she says it, she begins pulling away, testing other options, or outright leaving, because the moment those words leave her mouth, her heart is already gone. The Stoic man hears this phrase once and never twice. He doesn't waste his time convincing a woman of his worth. He doesn't stick around trying to change her mind. He knows that the woman who tells him he deserves better is really saying, I can't or won't rise to the standard you need. And he leaves, not out of anger, but out of clarity. Because the truth is, if she really believed you deserved better, she would either step up or step aside. And the fact that she stays while admitting this tells you everything you need to know. She's not in love, she's buying time. So the next time you hear a woman say, "You deserve someone better than me," don't argue, don't reassure, don't wait, walk away. Because she's already telling you she can't be the woman you need and she never will be. 3. I need to find myself. This phrase has ended more relationships than betrayal ever did. When a woman looks at you and says, "I need to find myself," what she's really saying is, "I don't want to find myself with you." It sounds poetic, even noble. Men hear it and think she's going through some inner journey that maybe if they give her space, she'll come back stronger, more committed, more in love. But the truth, this phrase is often the softest breakup you'll ever get. She's not leaving to find herself. She's leaving because she's already found someone, or she wants the freedom to. Psychologists call this identity distancing. When people say they need to find themselves, it's rarely about deep self-discovery. It's about removing themselves from a relationship they no longer value. And by framing it as self-improvement, they soften the blow and protect themselves from looking like the villain. Here's the reality. If she truly valued you, she would want you by her side while she found herself. Growth and self-discovery don't require abandoning someone, unless that someone no longer fits the picture. The Stoic man doesn't cling to someone who wants to find themselves. He knows it's a coded exit. He understands that true partners don't disappear in the name of self-discovery. They grow together. So he doesn't beg, doesn't wait, doesn't hold on to false hope. He accepts her words at face value and walks away with his dignity intact. Because if she tells you she needs to find herself, believe her. She's already telling you you're not the man she wants to find herself with. 4. My ex was better at... If a woman ever compares you to another man, especially her ex, you don't need more proof. You need an exit. When she says something like, "My ex was better at this," or "He used to do that for me," she's revealing two things. First, that she's still mentally tied to her past. Second, that she doesn't respect you enough to keep those comparisons to herself. This isn't just disrespect, it's sabotage. She's planting seeds of doubt in your mind, hoping you'll compete with a ghost. And the cruel truth, you'll never win that game. Because the moment you start measuring yourself against her ex, you've already lost. You've given her control of your value. Psychologists call this negative priming. By comparing you to another man, she primes your brain to feel inadequate. And when you feel inadequate, you try harder, you bend more, you prove yourself. But here's the trick. Her respect only drops further the more you compete. Because deep down, she doesn't want a man who battles her past. She wants a man who makes her forget it exists. The Stoic man knows this. He doesn't tolerate comparisons. The moment a woman brings her ex into the conversation as leverage, he recognizes it as a flashing red light. He doesn't argue, doesn't compete, doesn't prove. He simply detaches. Because no man with self-respect fights for space against someone who's already gone. If she tells you directly or indirectly that another man was better, she's already told you she doesn't see you as enough. And the only response worthy of a man with dignity is to leave. 5. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. This is the death sentence of relationships, wrapped in soft words. When a woman says, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you," she's not expressing confusion, she's announcing the end. It's one of the most common excuses women use when they want to leave without looking like the villain. At first it sounds gentle. She still loves you. She still cares. But what she's really telling you is that her desire is gone. The emotional connection may linger, but the fire, the attraction, the passion, the hunger is already burned out. And once that fire dies in her, it rarely returns. Psychologists call this differentiation between companionate love and passionate love. Companionate love is comfort, routine, habit. Passionate love is desire, obsession, pursuit. When she uses this phrase, she's telling you she only feels the first. And here's the brutal truth. Women don't chase men who give them comfort without passion. Notice when this phrase shows up. It often comes after months of distance, after intimacy has faded, after she stopped seeing you as the man she once desired. Sometimes it means there's another man already sparking the passion she claims to have lost. Other times it means she's simply checked out, even if she hasn't found a replacement yet. The trap most men fall into is trying to reignite her desire by working harder, buying gifts, planning trips, making desperate efforts to win her back. But attraction doesn't work that way. You can't bargain your way into desire. If she says she's not in love with you anymore, what she's really saying is she doesn't feel your strength, your edge, your mystery. The Stoic man doesn't beg to be loved the way she used to. He doesn't cling to a woman who has already told him, in no uncertain terms, that her desire has left. He accepts the reality, painful as it is, and walks away. Because staying only delays the inevitable and strips him of his dignity in the process. Understand this: when she says, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you," she's already chosen distance. And the strongest response is to choose yourself. If you want more unfiltered truths about female psychology, the things women hope you'll never figure out, hit that subscribe button right now. And drop the word "leave" in the comments if you've ever heard one of these phrases and felt your gut telling you the truth. Because once you know the signs, you'll never waste your time on the wrong woman again.